Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track Self-Hell by the British metalcore band While She Sleeps. This is the title track from their freshly announced upcoming 6th studio album, which will be releasing on March 15th next year in 2024, and does signal their first new music since the release of their 2021 album Sleep Society. They did release a few tracks from that as well as one of the tracks from the deluxe version as well. They certainly are a band that really do like to stick to a constant cycle, releasing You Are We in 2017, So What in 2019, as well as Sleep Society in 2021. They seem to really like getting one album out every 2 years, and they've continued to develop and adapt themselves as they have progressed with their music, and they've just shown what they are capable of in their ability to become more and more widespread as they have made their name more notable across the UK, Europe and also America. So will this latest single find itself stuck in hell or ascending to heaven? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds.
Let's praise the love inside of us. Everybody's got the problems, listen, how'd you figure it out? Everybody's got social sickness. Everybody's got self-sickness. Everybody's got toxic interest. I'm no different. Let's praise the love inside of us. Let's praise the love inside of us. Let's praise the love inside of us. Let's praise the love, let's praise the love. Take it as it comes. There's enough misery for everyone.
Okay, there is so much to unpack in this track. It's definitely throwing probably the biggest curveball I've seen so far in 2023. I was not expecting them to come out with something that really has this almost dark Britpop feel to it. You can really see them drawing elements from the likes of maybe like Damon Albarn from Blur in the vocal style and the delivery. Really also drawing from bands maybe like Pendulum, the likes of The Prodigy as well, Limp Bizkit. You can see so many of those late 90s, early 2000s influences really coming in with this style change that the band have gone for, really blending in a lot of different styles. They're kind of keeping some of their more iconic sounds with a more aggressive, quick delivery on the vocals, but really getting lost to do something a little bit different, have this more playful, upbeat, dancey sound. So it's definitely not something I was expecting. It's definitely something you've got to kind of adjust to and get used to. Certainly after a lot of the music we did here on Sleep Society, but this definitely feels like a song that's really trying to touch on the idea of kind of trying to find that positivity in a miserable world, the idea of self-help. We kind of all live in this place of misery almost, and it's kind of a play on words as well, the idea of self-help. It's up to ourselves to get ourselves to a decent place. Let's praise the love inside of us. So really draw on the positive rather than the negative, and they are a band that really like to focus on a lot of the negativity in the world. They've done it across their past number of albums. You've really seen them focus on that, so certainly a bit of a different mix. And as we do move through the track, I have imposter syndrome and I'm sensory deprived. I know I'm kind of addicted, but I'll never play the victim on myself. So you can really see that someone understands these complexities they've got within themselves, but they're not willing to let it hold them down. So Loz is almost playing that character, because we all live in self-help, this shared misery that everybody effectively has to deal with, or this shared adversity. Everyone's got a wound like this. Everybody's got a complex deeper than it. So I like how they're kind of listing off these ideas with this more playful, fast deliverable style that really comes through as we do move into effectively that second verse. How do you think I write this? You won't get it. Everyone's got social sickness. Everyone's got so sadistic. So I really like this playful, quick delivery that's really coming through. So that makes it very different, really touching on the fact that everybody has to suffer from some form of misery, so it's best to just praise the love inside of them.
You don't know my secrets, 'cause I'm not a Gemini. I know when it's good, it's so good. When it's bad, I wanna die. They said
And as we continue to move through the track, you're staring at the scapegoat, you're staring at the underdog, you're looking at the change, you're staring at the firing squad. So really touching on these different aspects of what people can be considered. You can underestimate somebody, you can have them as the scapegoat and kind of force your misery onto somebody else. So really kind of taking a lot of quick pitty jabs into a lot of different elements of misery, and this idea that it's shared amongst everybody. Take it as it comes, there's enough self-help for everyone. So really sharing the misery. Stop kind of being so downtrodden. Let's kind of celebrate some of the good things in the world, even though we have been through quite a difficult time over recent years. And I have to admit, considering how simple the chorus actually is, it really has got a strong hook to it. They definitely seem to be playing to a bit more of a mainstream sound with the chorus. It really has this drive that's really behind it, this inclusiveness for getting everybody on board, with even just the structuring of the actual line itself. Let's praise the love inside of us. So let's also really pulling everybody together. You can see it on the visuals as well. They're trying to pull everyone together, but people from different walks of life, different backgrounds. And I like one of the other lyrics that was actually included. You don't know my secrets because I'm not a Gemini. So these things that we almost look to kind of find a reason for the way we are. You look at horoscopes, things like that kind of tell you why you feel the way you do. So I kind of like how they're touching on little things that are, again, making these quick jabs. They're not dwelling on one specific subject for more than one or two lines. And it really helps with this quick delivery, this 90s Limp Bizkit style that we have got in the delivery, and also the repetition as well that we did see from a lot of music around that era that really kind of gave it this hook, and you can see them really imploring it on this track.
Now, I wish I could say things differently to set me apart from other lyricists. There's a shot in the dark, I said from the start, I don't give a motherfucker about what anybody thinks of me. Never been so surrounded but felt so high. Never been so named but I still know. Ain't coughing up blood in case you didn't know. I don't give a fuck what you think of me. Inside of us, let's praise the love inside of us. Let's praise the love inside of us. Let's praise the love, let's praise the love. Praise the love inside of us. Let's 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 praise the
Okay, I'm not going to lie, the further we got through that song, the more it really started to grow on me. I think it's really got this inert catchiness. It is a complete sonic twist from the band, and really not something we are used to seeing from them. They've really drawn a lot of inspiration from different influences. You can really see how that shines through, especially that 90s era fashion they've included in the music video, and a lot of these styles as well. Really drawing on things like Limp Bizkit, some more modern references as well from things like Pendulum, Aphex Twin, and so many. It's like each band member has brought their own specialist influence and they've just mashed it all together. And I think this is a statement single to release from this upcoming album. If you're going to do something different, hit people with it head on, basically make a fuck you statement just to say if you don't like it, that's your problem, not ours. And they even kind of felt like they touched on that with some of the other lyrics as well. I don't give a motherfucker about what anybody thinks of me. So the band really seem to be reflecting on that. They know that they've done something different, but they don't really care, and really tying it in with this idea of kind of not caring about what others think, not really being impressionable by others, just living your own life, just praising the love that's inside of you, letting it shine and stop living in misery. So a really, really interesting track, but I do like the way that it did still incorporate quite a different amount of kind of elements that we're used to seeing from the band. We really still had those layered vocals coming in, really getting Sean and Matt to really dip in with these backing vocals, Aaron as well, and it's something they've done on previous albums. Also really having this quick pitch delivery on the harsher vocals. So I like how they're blending this new style with some of the old stuff. It's not a complete removal or change in style, but they've certainly thrown a sonic curveball, and I must admit I kind of want to listen to it a few more times. It really has got a strong bop to it and a really strong catch on that chorus that really is great for inclusiveness, that really sways you along and pulls you in. And I like the way that the song touches on the idea of social sickness and things like that, this idea of the shared misery that everyone has to go through adversity, everyone has to suffer at some point, so let's forget about all the miserable things and just be happy for a change. So that will be everything for today's video, but with a track like this I would really love to know your thoughts. How do you feel this new track stands out? Do you quite like this sonic change they've gone with them keeping some of the older elements, or do you wish they would have continued to focus entirely on that metalcore sound that they're very much known for from previous albums? Please do let me know your thoughts. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Audio Analysis.